And we're back. Welcome.
Sorry for the late pause, y'all. It's the Free
It's
Gems
okay.
podcast.
Free Gems,
we back here. We just do a whole lot of
FGP.
politicking, delegating. You know what I'm saying? We
game planning for the future and everything.
Game planning for the future.
And yo, before we get started,
okay, let's talk about it.
shout out to the 1,000 followers. I mean, subscribers on YouTube.
Okay,
1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah,
shout out to 1K.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
1K, feel me? Almost at 1.1 already, feel me?
Word.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
shout out to like 1K, 10K on the way, 100K on the way,
yeah.
$1 million on the way, 10 million.
OT dubs on the way soon. Stay
I'm not
tuned.
leaving YouTube alone till we see his diamond plaque.
That's all I said. I need that. Need the diamond plaque.
I need Mr. Beast numbers. I ain't gonna lie.
We gonna be the channel. You be like, yo, we was on Free Gems before y'all was on Free Gems. You feel me?
Yeah,
that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah,
that's how it's gonna be.
Before it was a whole network, and you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So
some crazy shit, but
so yeah. I just wanted to say, shout out to the all the supporters. You know, we had 1,000 subscribers, and it's only getting crazy, man. Literally everywhere I go, bro. When I'm out and about, like, yo, you got the podcast, yo.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It's funny because I did ran somebody this weekend. They said the same thing.
Yo,
like I remember when we first started. I ain't gonna lie, I got that shit like a weird amount of time. Like, it was a lot, low key. Like them first couple months, it was kind of wild. Like how often, and that was before we were doing reels, which get a lot more views and a lot more. Yeah, we were just posting like little video clips that would get like literally a tenth of the views that we get now.
Yeah.
Sometimes even a 20th. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just got that again this week, and I'm like, that feels good. I forgot about that. And people were like, hey, I seen you doing a podcast before. Like, I feel like I know you from somewhere. I'm like, that's crazy.
But they literally happened to me this week.
Yeah, that happened to me this weekend. Matter of fact, I was in Dykeman waiting for you. Matter of fact, I just had a birthday.
Yo, you just happy belated.
Right past some shit. Okay.
Happy belated birthday and all that. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. Shout out to my birthday, man. Shout out to Mother's Day. It was a cool little weekend for most people. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't do much though. I'm gonna be honest.
That's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. My brother called me the next day, like, happy birthday. I'm like, it was yesterday.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
It was yesterday, but I'm still recovering. And yeah, he made me realize that he's like, you're supposed to do something for your 30th. Like, you're bugging. I was like, I guess. I feel like every day is a motherfucking birthday. Like, the way I live my life, like,
and that's what it is. Listen, loading.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can celebrate my birthday next month if I want to.
Listen. Right now, what we trying to do, we trying to make it so we don't have to actually celebrate. We can celebrate life. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right.
We celebrate life every day. So it don't got to be a special occasion. It's just because it's Tuesday.
Facts.
Just because.
Yeah.
It might be the 13th of August. Why not?
Yo, bro, I be really thinking about that shit, bro. Like, I'm watching like these NBA contracts go out, bro, and I'm just like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
I really thought about it. So I say this to say because like.
It's
these
crazy.
motherfuckers can literally do what they want when they want.
It's
like they can go outside, slap a police officer. They can go outside, they can fuck around and shoot somebody. You can do whatever the fuck you want when you get that kind of money, bro. They got a different level of money, bro.
They got different contracts. Is different.
Jalen Brown's the highest paid player in the NBA right now. He's making $60 million a year, gang. That's over That's over $1 million a week.
And you got to realize, but it's only. I don't know about. Well, I know NFL is game checks. I don't know if NBA is weekly checks or they also do game checks. But like,
yeah, it's weekly checks. NBA is weekly checks.
So you got to realize he's not even getting paid through the 52 weeks.
Of course, right.
But what I'm saying is how big that lump sum is. You feel me?
Exactly. He's working half the year. He's playing the game half the year. Respect. Shout out to all the athletes. I don't ever want to say I only work half the year. These motherfuckers be off for a week out that year because they got to work out. Yeah. They got to rehab.
Especially
they got to train. They got to eat a certain way. Everything is dedicated to that. And that's how you get that $60 million. But yo, Jalen Brown being the highest paid player in the NBA is crazy to me because he's not even the best player on his team, gang. Nah. Bro, $60 million a year is so gangster. Do you know what can't you do with 60? You mean in 4 years I'm gonna have $250 million? Whether I want to or not. I could tear this ACL right now, God forbid, but I'm going to get $250 million in 4 years. And then in 4 years, I'm about to re-up again for another $400 billion.
You got to realize, that's 5 ends a month. You get me? He's making 5 ends a month.
Yo, bro, trust me. I broke all this shit down to the day, to the second, to the minute.
That's more than $1 million a week. He makes more than M a week.
Imagine that. Like $1 million a week. What are you doing with $1 million a week? I'm trying to figure out how to blow 900,000 of that. I ain't gonna lie. You give me 1.7 million a week. I'm saving the point something that M is gone. I don't care what happens to it.
I'm changing the world.
I'm buying the city of Patterson. For sure, I'm buying Patterson. You give me $1 million a week, it's up. I'm buying corruption. I'm buying different shit. Like I'm not even doing normal shit. I'm buying a robotic arm. Iron Man's heart. Like,
I'm buying lobbyists. I'm buying Supreme Court justices.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, 50 million fucking year. It's $60 million a year is crazy, dog. And it's crazy. It's wild because
And that's not even endorsements.
Bro, I remember just 10 years ago when, shit, I remember when we was kids. I remember Mike Vick being the first $10 million a year NFL athlete when he got 10 years, $100 million.
I remember that. And everyone, that was crazy.
10 years, $100 million in 2005, 2006 was insane to us. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's how much, yeah. Like the bargaining agreement.
Now, right. Because of the way the way these leagues have to break down the funds, because these leagues are the best fucking stock you could buy money in. Like, if you buy one of these teams, dog, your shit gonna appreciate 100 times in 10 years. It's fucking insane when you think about people like Jerry Jones, who bought the Cowboys. I think in the 80s. He bought the Cowboys in the 80s. I think it was like $3 million, some shit like that, like, or $30 million,
something like that. 30 million.
Bro, they're worth $6 billion right now. 40 years later.
Highest worth sports franchise.
The highest value sports franchise, any sport across the entire world. Insane.
Which is wild.
Which is wild to be the Dallas Cowboys, because these motherfuckers haven't won a championship since before I was born, damn near. Like,
no, not damn near, literally.
I think their last trip was what, like 93, 94?
Yeah.
I wasn't even born yet, gang.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me? But I said that to say, like, yo, bro, 60 million a fucking week. And like, what I was really trying to say is we saw Mike Vick get 10 million a year for 10 years, and any day now, within the next 5 years, we're gonna start seeing $100 million a year athletes. Like,
it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing.
These players, like, what's that name right now? I'm going crazy for the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards. He's gonna get $100 million a year soon.
Yeah.
I hope we all know that.
He's gonna
Patrick
get the
Mahomes is gonna get $100 million before his career is over. Like, in the next 5 years, he's gonna be getting $100 million a year, respectfully. Like, that's insane, dog.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a different kind of wealth, bro.
That's different type of money we talking.
I put it into perspective like this. I Googled Chris Brown's net worth, right? Chris Brown been popping forever.
All right, my guess is 70 million.
Okay, so Chris Brown been lit since we was fucking kids. Motherfucker he been rich since 2005. Chris Brown, legit. One of the greatest talents of all time. One of the greatest actors, singer, actor, performers, all that shit, all in one. You know what I'm saying? He been popping for almost, 15, 20 years? Bro, his net worth is $50 million, bro. Jaylen Brown's going to make that in less than the next 365 game. In 1 year. Jaylen Brown's going to make with that entire, one of the greatest of all time. He's going to make what that motherfucker's whole net worth is today. I mean, this year. And that's not including any endorsement money. That's not even off the court.
That's all. Yeah.
That's insane when you think about that, dog.
Different. That's buku bucks.
Chris Brown, one of the greatest of all time. Jaylen Brown's not even the best player on his team right now, gang.
Buku bucks,
bro. Insane. But I said to say, yo, God bless, man. Shout out to the athletes, man. Y'all keep getting y'all money, man. Fucking, y'all just keep being amazing, bro.
And speaking of Jaylen Brown, I think he's the right one to get it, because Jaylen Brown's one of my favorite players in the league, and he gives back so much. I think he's the perfect man for it.
And exactly. That's why I'm like, yo, God bless, because listen, ain't nothing I love to see motherfuckers get paid like that. That shit is insane to me. It's like, yo, bro. If you can find a way, if you can run and jump that high and be that focused, because a lot of this shit, especially when it comes to like athletics, it ain't even about the most athletic person. It's really about who was able to really stay focused, dedicated, stay out of distractions, stay away from distractions, all that, eat right, stay healthy, you know, like avoid stupid situations like going to the club every night with your friends, and avoid basically having a childhood. Most of these athletes been superstars since they were 12, 13. They were just that the entire time. Most of them haven't had a chance to do anything else. So it's like, when you dedicate your whole life to something like this, man, great things happen.
Yeah, shout out to Jaylen Brown, and shout out to the athletes making buku bucks.
Buku bucks.
In other nerves, did you see Not Like That, #1 record? #1 record, broke records. Broke Spotify. Not Like Us. I'm bugging. Not Like Us. Also broke Spotify's streaming record as well for a single.
So Not Like Us, people don't know, the Kendrick Lamar's last response to Drake, which was like his little club anthem.
They not like us.
Mustard on the beat. Oh. Listen, I ain't gonna
lie. Nah, I can't. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
On what? On the record?
On the record, on it breaking number one.
Honestly, I think it's just ironic. It's just ironic because here that song encompasses everything that he was trying to drive home about Drake.
Right.
And Drake was the one that was supposed to make the catchy tunes. He was supposed to the one that makes the beats, the song that's played on the clubs and the radios. And Kendrick Lamar's not that type of artist. Right. He's never really been that type of artist. And the fact that, listen, I am from the West Coast. I'm native to this West Coast sound that's not even mine. I'm going to get one of the best producers that makes this sound, and I'm going to make a #1 hit. Right. Something that you do, I'm going to do it, and everyone's going to be clowning you in the clubs. Everybody's gonna be not even in the clubs. Joe Budden said, "Yo, imagine if this was HBCU season. What the marching bands be doing? That's what I'm saying.
OV.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit would look great.
But that's what I'm saying. So he's like, it's just ironic the spin cycle he took on that, where he stepped in Drake's lane and basically doing to Drake what Drake did to Meek with back to back. Everybody was on that back to back going crazy, and now everybody's on the They Not Like Us going crazy. So what's your thoughts?
But let me say something though, okay? Because it's so crazy. Because yo, bro, the 4D chess, I'm telling you, bro, the 4D chess that Drake plays is so wicked. When you really think about it though, now Drake could be like, yo, you never had a number one till you dissed me, pussy. Like, yo, bro, he still wins. At the end of the day, he can jack that. He said your biggest song is because you was talking about me. That's crazy. Like, no matter how you look at it, Drake finds a way to win, gang. You got it. And he said that in the first diss track, though. But in the first diss track, he had said, listen, half of y'all only going platinum and going number one because of me. You only getting booked overseas because you got songs with me. Like, motherfuckers know you because of me. Kendrick, I had to make sure I verify this. People, understand, I am way more of a Kendrick fan than I've ever been a Drake
very
fan.
ironic.
Like, I will get a Kendrick tattoo in the near future. I already had this planned out. That's not the point. I got to call a spade, bro. If your only number one hit ever came from
that wasn't his only. That wasn't only number one. It was the only one that debuted at number one.
Okay, regardless, you did some new shit for your career that you've never done because of me. At the end of the day, motherfuckers ain't never spin your tracks the way they spun it until me.
It's also a great record.
No, it is a great record.
It's also a great record. It's very catchy. It has, bro. It has so many entendres in it.
And like you said though, I mean,
go ahead.
Like you said though, it was the perfect play straight out of Drake's playbook. Like he stole the shit right out of Drake's playbook. Like watch this, real quick.
I don't even do this.
4 or 5 TikTokable dances.
This ain't even my lane. This your lane.
Listen, them shits is going crazy right now, bro. Like people are going insane. Like, look, we're gonna get these TikToks rolling. We're gonna get you some captions in this song. We're gonna get you some quotables. You know what I'm saying? Some good catchy parts for the club. Like you said, bro, it's right. Not only, is that a world tour or your girls tour?
He did that. That's what I'm saying. Jesus. Everybody was singing. Twitter fingers turn to trigger fingers. You getting body by sing. Everybody singing that.
Oh my God, yo, nah.
Certified lover boy, certified PDF file. Everybody doing that. Everybody doing that.
Yeah. Oh my
A minor,
God.
and he sung that note in A minor.
I know,
bro. But what I was saying, as far as the TikToks and the streamers, he actually removed the licensing from everything in this beef, so the creators can make money from it, which is another power move by Kendrick.
Another power play. Because that's one of the things about the reaction videos. A lot of reaction videos, especially like Joe Budden podcast, I know a lot of people ran to. They wanted because they value their opinion on hip hop, especially this kind of hip hop. People ran over there, and it's like, yo, bro, as you listen to the reactions, you can't even hear the song because they got to skip through it because of the licensing is
and Kendrick removed the licensing from that.
So now allows artists, they're not going to get their videos flagged for playing a song that they don't own any copyrights to. So now
the creators, oh, I don't play no money trees, watch this. Now the creators can get.
Damn.
So
power move, bro.
Nah, it gets deep.
Literally say, yo, I put money in these niggas' pockets.
He did. That's what I'm saying. Legit. Jesus. And the
Drake
fact that he
still
has
jacked that he's the reason why how that happened too though. God damn it. No matter how he plays it, yeah. Listen, y'all wouldn't have nothing to react to if I didn't give you what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to give you a fight for your life.
I mean, it's easy to spin it when you underestimated your opponent.
Nah, for sure. I'm just spinning it because I'm playing devil's advocate.
Of course,
but you're right. I mean, I'm still standing on Drake 1. I ain't gonna lie, and I think in 5-10 years,
I can't even believe.
I think in about 5-10 years, we're gonna look back at this shit and we're gonna be like, Drake 1. The same way we say now, Hove 1. No matter how we look at it, Hove 1. Shout out to Nas, but it's levels.
Time out. Well, time out.
Yeah.
If Drake had the #1 record and everyone was clowning Kendrick, it'd be no doubt about it that Drake won. But now you got people like, oh, well, Drake, well, come on. That song #1, Euphoria is #3.
Euphoria is my shit. I forget that shit is a diss track.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, honestly, Euphoria, I have Euphoria as one of my top diss tracks of all time.
Yo, bro.
All time.
That Al Green sample he put in the beginning when 2 lines get 2 lines like a valley. Yo, bro. Jesus Christ.
No, that was a Teddy P sample.
Teddy P, yeah, Teddy P.
The LA 619 in LA was Al Green.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I had
and then they were on the cover of Back to Back Hits. When he said, I like Back to Back, he sampled Teddy Pendergrass, then Al Green.
Jesus.
And they were on the cover of Back to Back Hits. When he was talking back to back, it was double entendres because he was talking about back to back the Beats version. And I like back to back. I like when they did here. And Al Green was Drake's uncle was Al Green's guitarist. But it gets deep. It gets really deep, bro. I'm telling you, it gets really deep.
Bro, what the fuck?
It gets really. I'm telling you, it gets deep.
Yo,
that's why people gotta catch up.
See, this is why this gotta be the greatest rap beef of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
And like I said last episode, because I know you was questioning, a lot of people question. I said nobody got hurt. Nobody's been hurt.
Yes.
Listen. Now I know you heard about the shootings and all that stuff that's been going on. And it's been clarified. Like I said, Kendrick had nothing to do with that.
That's good.
But even on plot twist, this nigga beefing with The Weeknd, like to the point these niggas on some street shit.
Yeah,
like,
but bro,
we gotta talk about it.
Listen. What I've been saying, for the past month and a half, Drake has smashed everybody's girl in the industry. Mm-hmm. Let's call it. We want to go down the list.
Niggas is dying and getting shot now, so like I don't know if this guy. I think it's deeper than that.
No, but it started over that.
Okay,
with The Weeknd.
It do always start there though. You're right.
It was hey, The Weeknd, I want to sign you. No, I don't want to sign you. Hey, can you help me on the album Take Care? Help them on the album Take Care. The Weeknd was dating Bella Hadid. They break up. Drake dates Bella Hadid right after.
Yeah,
it's all about that. Let's look at the list.
It's a shiesty world.
The Weeknd.
Okay.
Tyga. Joe Budden, Common, Metro.
Yeah.
Who else?
Are you saying Drake fucked all they bitch?
Yes. Jack Dorsey from Twitter.
Who the fuck is Jack Dorsey? He sounds like an MLB player.
The creator of Twitter, Jack.
Jack Dorsey?
Yes.
He fucked the creator of Twitter's bitch?
Yes.
W Drake. God damn. Yes. W Drake. We need to drop some bombs with Drake. He's out here fucking trailing niggas bitches. He's fucking lit.
And
shout out to Shorty. She upped it. It's like, what is she doing?
DJ Drama. DJ Drama. Don't forget about DJ Drama.
Who is Jack Dorsey's bitch?
Well, it's not his bitch anymore.
She gotta be paying. What? She's moving like that?
But hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, chickens come home to roost. You can't just be moving like that.
But if you don't know what we're talking about, we were alluding to is the unfortunate situation. So Cash XO is The Weeknd's like best friend. Yeah, one of his managers. I'm not sure exactly their business, but day one homie, whatever. Cash XO, you know what I'm saying? So there was an altercation that happened at in front of his LA mansion where there was apparently there was some kind of shooting, and then, like, I believe less than 24 hours later, the Baka Not Nice goes viral. If you don't know who Baka Not Nice is, that's one of Drake's mans. That's one of Drake's mans, but it's like his manager, enforcement. He's just an enforcement on the street. Baka Not Nice is literally what it sounds like. Baka's not nice, okay? Baka is one of the motherfuckers that stand around in Timberlands with a knife that cut the shit out of somebody and or could run you a fade and probably has good aim, allegedly. But go ahead, talk to me.
Speaking of, Kendrick said, I forgot which of the diss tracks he said.
Wait, I gotta drive home this point. What just happened? Hold on.
Go ahead.
I got just to give you what happened.
Drive home.
Somebody gets shot. Cash in front of Cash XO's crib. 24 hours later, Baka Not Nice gets robbed somewhere in Canada. Baka Not Nice, being Drake's man, gets robbed somewhere in Canada. He gets robbed stripped naked for all his shit, literally. However that happens, you know what I'm saying? Because from there, that same day, within 24 hours of that robbery, a shooting occurs at Drake's mansion.
Right in front.
One of Drake's security guards gets shot in Toronto. Now, mind you, these are two different cities, 3 hours, like a whole flight away. We're not sure how everything's connected, but they're saying that the chances of this just being coincidence is a little off. Like, what you mean? Somebody gets shot in front of The Weeknd's man's crib, then Baka gets robbed. Same day, somebody gets shot at Drake's crib. Security guard gets robbed. And one of the crazy details about that robbery, about that incident at Drake's crib, they were saying that it was an attempted robbery. But then the details come out that the people who pulled up in the vehicle, they were playing loud music, trying to get the security guard attention to come out from the security stand, and as soon as they came out, the dudes let off shots.
They dumped it.
I forgot how many shots they let off, but they hit the guy in the chest. It was critical injuries. It wasn't trying to scare nobody. It wasn't that. It wasn't a let's shoot this guy and get in the house. No. It was let's shoot, get back in the car, and let's peel off. So then it became like, okay, this is clearly like an attempted murder. Like, what kind of assassination? These motherfuckers is playing mafia games right now. Like, and in the song that The Weeknd did with Future and Metro, and I forgot what it's called. I think it's Need You All to Myself. He says that shooters making TikToks, and he was actually talking about Bacchanal Nice, who had went viral for doing a TikTok, and everybody's like, isn't this Drake's goon? Isn't this Drake top one goon? He's out here making TikToks. He's in his 40s.
I didn't even catch that one.
Yeah, that's what he said. They shooters making TikToks.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, that song crazy, bro.
That song crazy.
So I say all that to explain the whole situation, but I do want to hear exactly what you were saying about Kendrick had mentioned.
Oh, so I don't know how true this is, but Kendrick had mentioned in the song about Drake's faulty business ventures. I forgot what it was. Long story short, they found out that Drake has a security team, but it's not really a security team. That I think Baca is the only employee of it. But what a lot of celebrities do, for people who don't know, a lot of celebrities, instead of getting a third-party security team, they'll hire their own security team, because a third-party security team, if they see any illegal activity going on, you know, they're required to contact the authorities. So a lot of these big artists, a lot of the times,
I can't sneak a little cocaine on his private jet.
So I don't know if they talk about stuff like that, but like, you know, in general,
saying, like, but like, if I want to put this gun on his private jet, you gonna tell me again? Come on.
But like, but if you get your own personal security team, you don't gotta worry about that. So apparently, like I said, a lot of stuff coming out now. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's not true. But allegedly that Drake had a private security team that he was paying out to, but it was really only I think it was Baca, the only actual employee that was on there, and it was faulty paperwork apparently. But I'll say this as far as the conclusion of everything goes, you can really see who won a beef or a feud by the fallout after, who's gonna face the most backlash. So if you look so if you look at the Drake Meek Mill situation, Meek faced the most backlash. You look at the Drake Pusha situation, Drake faced the most backlash. So in this situation, I think as far as the blowback and bouncing back from it, I think Drake's gonna have a lot more blowback from this entire ordeal than Kendrick will. So that's my take as far as how the future goes. I'm not saying it's gonna be a lot, but I'm talking about, I feel like people in the industry and a lot of fans might look at Drake a little differently in the aftermath of all this, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I just say that, I mean, I think that's true, but I also think you need to let it age, and we'll see. Because like I said, for about a year or two, everybody was saying, yo, Jay-Z got cooked, Jay-Z got cooked. That shit did not matter.
But he did get cooked. But at the end of the day, what they were talking about is the fact that Jay-Z had other ventures. Jay-Z was doing other stuff, which superseded that. Okay. So, but if we talk about in the beef, you can talk about beef versus beef, but you want to talk about how Jay-Z's career trajectory went compared to Nas's. I think that's what people are saying.
Okay, and I say even musically though, name a Nas album after Ether. Like after the Ether song dropped, like name a Nas album that was like popping.
But Nas had his run before Ether though. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying though. But even after Ether, like the fact that he stopped and Hov had like a whole like 3 rebirths after that, even musically, like he.
But I'm saying, but that has nothing to do with the beef. We talking about beef on beef. You feel me? That's
I'm talking about I'm talking about the aftermath. I'm talking about what happens later.
Oh yeah. Like, but what happens later? No, it doesn't. I don't think that matters. Okay. That has nothing to do with the beef. Okay. You feel me? Your career trajectory has nothing to do with the feud that you have with somebody.
Okay, yeah.
You feel me?
I'll take that. You're right.
Pusha T ain't really he didn't really do anything before, but he bodied Drake. You feel me? Everybody knows that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for sure, I'm talking about the actual. I'm not talking about the career trajectories.
Yeah, you feel me? But
what you gonna say?
Nah, go ahead. I was just gonna briefly go back over because we kind of just brushed past the whole fact that these motherfuckers shooting at each other, and that fuck it though.
So I wanted to pivot to more current news and Social Security. Did you hear what's going on with Social Security?
Shit, they better have my shit ready when I'm 60. That's what I do know.
So they say Social Security is projected to run out in 2035.
What? Hold on, wait a minute.
2035? Yeah, bro.
I'm not gonna be 60 yet. What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? Hold on, wait. So they're not gonna have my shit ready? Is what you're saying?
So That's what they're projecting. But
I just turned 30. 2054. I need 2054. They need to change that expiration date to 2055.
They need to white out the middle of that.
They need to put 20 years on that game. What are they
2030 at least. But let me give you the history on why this was inevitable.
Let's all start scamming now.
This was inevitable, and it all started with easily one of the worst presidents in modern history, which would be no.
Nah, I knew it was way before that.
Ronald Reagan.
Ah, shout out to the good Reagan.
Good old boy Ronald Reagan.
He's my favorite.
So, Ronald Reagan was a man who was against civil rights. He was for apartheid. He slashed many labor unions around the U.S., but I'm not here to talk about that today.
No, he really fucked this shit up.
Let me,
one job. He was trying to fuck it all up.
Let me cook. This is the free gems. Let me cook.
Yeah.
So, Ronald Reagan, I'm here to talk about Reaganomics.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever heard of Reaganomics and trickle-down economics?
Yes.
Trickle-down economics. For those who don't know, Ronald Reagan's bright idea was to make huge tax cuts for the wealthy. And if the wealthy had more money, that they would invest more money in an economy, and all that wealth would trickle down to everybody else.
Wow, what a genius. He's like, I'm at the top. Watch what I do.
Such a smart man.
If I got this game, no worries.
If I give wealthy people more money, they're gonna pour their money back into the economy, and everybody's gonna eat. Did that happen?
My boy was at the country club doing fly shit.
Did that happen?
His shit at the country club.
You think that happened?
Hell no.
No, absolutely not. So, not only with these tax breaks he did, he made stock buybacks legal. And with the dismantling many unions, are you familiar with stock buybacks?
Stock buybacks. I mean, it sounds pretty pretty self-explanatory.
They used to be illegal. So stock buybacks is basically when a stockholder buys more stocks, right? They can reinvest it into the stock in order to bolster the stock, in order to attract more investors. A lot of people say it's market manipulation.
Yeah.
Instead of using that money, to invest in the business and the wages and stuff, they'll just reinvest it. So he made that legal.
Yeah.
At this point, this is when you start to see the wealth gap really start to expand exponentially. Before he was in power, the wealth grew about a steady rate for everybody. Yeah. But after this, now you start to see it separate. I'll pull up a graph for you. You literally see right when he's in president, you really it really starts to go sideways. How does this relate to Social Security? So now you got to realize now you're a government that has less money because wealthy people are paying less taxes. So now you're at a deficit. Bright idea. He never liked Social Security, so he started the presidents of borrowing money from Social Security in order to pay government shit.
Whoa.
So now he started that. Then George Bush did it. Then Bill Clinton did it. Then George W. Bush did it. George W. Bush borrowed $700 billion from Social Security in order to fund. Listen, yo, bro, $700 billion.
700. These niggas just making up numbers.
And
GTA money.
Funneled it into the war in Iraq, and also paying back when the stock market crashed, right? To pay off wealthy investors. So today, the government owes Social Security over $3 trillion. No, like $2 trillion.
Oh yeah, get that shit back in blood.
So now the government, and you got to realize Social Security is a separate thing from our budget deficit because we pay it separately.
Right.
The only reason why it's attached to the deficit is because we've been borrowing money off of it. Jeez. So now. That's why a lot of Republicans forever have been talking about getting rid of Social Security. Now we don't got to pay back the money to everybody who owes it. That's why a lot of Republicans have been talking about getting rid of Social Security, because they owe us money from Social Security. Now it's supposed to run out in 2035. So now what you're telling me is that this is a country where we have billions of dollars to give to Ukraine, to Israel, and to Taiwan. But everyday Americans here who are in their 40s and their 50s don't know if by the time they retire, they're going to be able to reap the benefits of Social Security, even though they've been paying it their entire adult lives. So imagine you've been paying into Social Security. Imagine you started working at 15.
Right.
You work 50 years of your life.
Damn.
Every year, they without a doubt, without miss, they take that money out every check every 2 weeks for 50 years, and it's time for you to retire. Well, I'm sorry, we don't have the funds anymore. Or you know what? We got to push the retirement age up 10 years because we're low on funds. It's just crazy how everything is. This is a country that literally started a war, but based off a 2% T-tax, and now we sit back and let the government do whatever they want to us. Damn. And we don't say anything. That
is fucking insane.
It's very interesting how we just allow all this stuff to happen. We just allow the government to do whatever they want to us. And Social Security is going to run out in the next 10 years, they projected. And we'll see if we ever get some of that money back borrowed so we can extend Social Security or what's going to happen to it. But get rich, and the poor get poorer.
Listen, we need to hit the streets, y'all. We need to go riot because this sounds like a real issue.
Bro, yeah.
2035, I will not be retired yet, and I need my check, respectfully. Yeah, or listen, we gonna figure some shit out. We gonna get some PPP loans again. We gonna listen. The government better stop playing. There's one thing I know about Americans that we spiteful when we start fucking with our money. We gonna do some shit. We gonna manipulate some shit. Goddamn. Even if we gotta stop taking these buses and trains, we gonna figure some shit out. Y'all gonna make sure we getting paid. Goddamn it. Because what the fuck you mean? There's not gonna be no check in 10 in 11 years. I feel bad for people that's older. Shit, I'm cool. Like, I'm thinking about the people, like you said, them people that have been working 40, 50 years. These last 10 years, they telling them, oh yeah, by the time you gonna be retired in 2036, yeah, again, we don't got nothing for you in 12 years.
What you mean?
Like,
oh yeah. What you talking about?
We don't got nothing for you in about 12 years, gang. Like, what?
So
I'll be ready to throw a fit in my job right now.
So based off of what Ronald Reagan put in place, it was literally only a matter of time until this happened. It was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and we'll see with the spillage and the aftermath of everything.
I gotta get rich, dog. I need to get that kind of rich. Like, I'm just doing fly shit for me and my 10 billionaire friends. Like, yo, listen, fuck the rest of this planet. We got this. We gonna do these buybacks. We gonna get this shit right. Don't you fucking worry. You say you got $4 billion to put into that stock? I dump that. We gonna get Martha on the phone. Get Martha Stewart on the phone.
And
she's been in tune this whole time.
You have a company and you're working just trying to unionize. Yeah, we breaking that up right away. Breaking that up right away.
Yeah.
So.
That's gangster. God damn, I need to get rich.
Bro.
Reaganomics. You know what it is?
Reaganomics.
You get a name for the terrible economic ideas that you come up with. That's gangster. That they playing my
games. Easily one of the worst presidents in modern history as far as what he implemented and how it affects us today. I will pull up a chart after this episode. You will literally see it goes like this. Right when he's president.
Nah.
So sure. I just wanted to throw it out there for the people who don't know what's really going on and with the Social Security and everything, and hopefully it wakes some of the people up.
Yeah, nah, that's fucking wild, son. That's fucking wild. I need my check though.
I need it all.
By all means,
I need it all. In other news, did you see that there's been a back and forth going on about NFL and NBA players? Have you even seen what's going on?
Yo, bro, that shit is hilarious.
You see what's...
So I did see the argument. So I was just watching Shannon Sharp and Kendrick Perkins arguing.
I saw that.
People who don't know, Shannon Sharp and Kendrick Perkins both are champions in their respective sport. Shannon Sharp is a Hall of Fame football player. Kendrick Perkins is a championship NBA player. You know what I'm saying? He was never the greatest, but he was pretty good. He was good at his time. He did what he had to do. Not the point. Point is, their argument was that they were saying...
Before I get there, it actually started before then.
I know. It was Austin Rivers and all that, but I'm just talking about what I watched yesterday. Is them arguing that they said that. So Kendrick Perkins is arguing that there is 5 to 10 NBA players that could right now jump into the NFL and just put on a helmet and pads and be able to play. And Shannon's like, you got to be out your fucking mind. And in the same way that he also stood on, like, there's no NFL player you could just put sneakers on him and he's going to go average 15, 20 points in the NBA tomorrow. It's just not happening. Like, and it's an interesting argument to see two people who played it at the highest level argue it. But I want to hear your take on it because you've also played both sports at a pretty high level on top of the fact that you were always good at every fucking sport. So I actually want to hear your perspective on it. Like, what do you think?
So my perspective is that so now when you look at both respective sports and the roster and the sizes of people on both sports, both sports have players playing in them that are just athletic.
Yeah.
The difference is NBA players are giants.
Yeah.
They're a lot bigger. So with that being said, I absolutely believe that there are some that can make the transition over to the NFL.
Not today though.
No.
Like
not
sign them up.
Like not go
out there and
not go into training camp today.
No. And that's really what the argument was too.
No, absolutely not. No. It's a different level. It's a different level, and it's a different level of physicality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But I do think there's some NBA players that would do well in the NFL if given the time. But I don't know if there's any NFL players that'll do well in the NBA if given time. As far as size wise, like I was saying, you got to realize Julio Jones and Steph Curry about the same height.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's what you got to realize.
Curry looks like an average sized human being, and Julio on the NBA court, he looks like he's 5'11" because he's around these giants. And you look at Julio Jones, you watch him in the NFL, he looked like he's 6'6", 6'7".
Like Calvin Johnson's the same height as James Harden. You feel me?
Yeah.
Damn,
that is
but
crazy.
So like when you look at NBA players now, there's a lot of NBA players in the league in the past who are in the NBA just because of their athleticism. They don't really have skill. Now, the most skilled thing out of both sports is scoring a basketball. It's the most skilled thing out of all.
For sure.
But there are a lot of NBA players who've made millions of dollars who are not really skilled. If you look at Rudy Gobert. In basketball, the only thing that really takes skill is putting the ball in the hoop. It doesn't take skill to play defense. You got to want to play defense. Just like football, you got to want to tackle. Yeah. It's either want to or you don't. You want to play defense or you don't. Rebounding is positioning. You want to get a position or you don't. None of that requires any skill. You got the Rudy Goberts of the world. You got the DeAndre Jordans of the world. Yeah. You got Tyson Chandlers of the world.
Patrick Beverly.
You got Patrick Beverly. You know, he can score. But I'm talking about Ben Wallace's of the world, who's a Hall of Famer. Dennis Rodman, who knew his role. He wasn't there to put up no points.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman used to have 2 points, 16 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 10 steals. Like what the fuck? But he had 2 points though.
What Dennis Rodman didn't take any skill. It took effort. Yeah. You got to want to play the way Dennis Rodman plays. So with that being said, there are players in the NFL who are athletic freaks, and then freaks because they're in the NFL because they're freaks. But it's the same thing for the NBA. But the difference is NBA is a lot bigger. Yeah. So that'll be my argument.
I just know there's a lot of players I think like in the past, especially like all those tight ends that you think about in the NFL. Like a lot of legendary tight ends were basketball players first, or they even played both in college. Like you got like a Jimmy Graham that played for the Miami
Hurricanes.
He didn't play football till his last year in college at Miami. Then you got
Tony Gonzalez.
And then he gets drafted as I think he was like a second-round pick. Tony Gonzalez, right? He was a dog at basketball.
Antonio
Gates, another one. He went to Kent State. They actually made an Elite Eight, and he was at a low major D1 school.
Kent State. Yep.
Yeah, when he did that was like incredible. Like he led a hell of a run. They made it to the Elite Eight, and
Julius Peppers played basketball at North Carolina,
right? At UNC, which ain't no fucking joke. You're not about to play basketball and football in UNC unless you got some pull. You got to be that guy, because usually they're gonna listen. You 6'7", you're playing basketball, but he's like, nah. Watch me be the best. Watch me be a top 3 pick in the NFL.
And he's one of the greatest athletes in the NFL. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? The fact that there are great athletes in the NFL because they're athletes. The same thing in NBA, but NBA is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
He'd be a wing in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he's that size. Not at 6'7", 275. They were like, no, you're playing power forward center for us because you're 275. But in the NBA, you'd be tiny compared to the other centers.
But if you look at it, there has been an NBA player that came from football, Charlie Ward.
Oh yeah,
Charlie Ward won a Heisman.
I mean, he won a Heisman. I do remember that Charlie Ward. He was a dog at both. He was averaging like high school. Do your Googles on Charlie Ward, bro. Go look up Charlie Ward high school tape, high school just numbers. Some was averaging like 35 his senior year and had like 40 touchdowns. Like bro, Charlie Ward is just disgusting. Like I heard the legend of Charlie Ward. He went to Florida State.
Florida State.
Yeah, Seminoles. Florida State Seminoles. Right.
Early 90s, like early 90s.
Yeah, early 90s. Yo, bro, Charlie Ward was that boy. Charlie Ward was that boy. But you know, you do see a lot of football players that played baseball too. Like, you know, you got players like Patrick Mahomes, who was drafted in the MLB and the NFL. Kyler Murray was the number 8 pick in the MLB draft and the number 1 pick in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders was a Hall of Fame football player, but also played in the World Series and was an All-Star for the Yankees and the Braves. Like, so you've seen these multiple sport athletes, but and I would say baseball is actually the most skilled out of all 3 of those.
It is.
To be able to be good at baseball. But I mean, I think that there are some football players that could get on the basketball court and get you and average you 10, 15 points.
Yeah, I feel like we can have somebody who's like a Zion.
Hey, bro, you got Randy Moore. Do you remember? Yo, look up the 1996 high school class. I think it was Kobe Bryant, like Allen Iverson, bro. Randy Moss was like a top 10, top 15 player in America. Like he was a McDonald's All-American.
I believe it.
Like Randy Moss was a McDonald's All-American. Like he was not nothing to fuck around with. I think he was with Kobe's year or Kevin Garnett's year. Either way, he was part of a legendary class, and they talk about it all the time when I watch like Up in All the Smoke, and they talk about like some of the basketball players football players that could have played basketball. And Randy Moss at 6'5" with a 50-inch vertical was disgusting coming out of high school. Like disgusting. Like, so I mean, you know, it's kind of hard to tell, but you got some legends too. Like you got Aaron Brooks was a legend.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aaron Brooks. He played for the Saints back in the day.
Yeah.
He was a dual sport legend, and his project, he wasn't even the best player out of his project because Michael Vick and Allen Iverson, they all from the same motherfucking area. They all from Newport News.
They all from Newport News, Virginia.
They all from that area in Virginia, and it's like, yo, bro, that area bred some beasts because like Allen Iverson was a top quarterback coming out of high school.
He was Michael Vick's idol.
Yeah. He was
Michael Vick's idol.
Michael Vick was looking up to AI, right? Like, oh shit, and they all the same height. They all about 6'1", 6 foot, about 6 foot. They both are actually. I thought about Aaron Brooks like 6'2", but yeah, man.
So it's definitely been a debate in the sporting world.
I don't think a basketball player is coming into football. I don't think so. I don't think a basketball player could just jump onto a football field. No way in hell. Maybe give him a couple, give him some years of training. Sure, would I love to see LeBron James playing tight end, going into the red zone, just putting his hands up? I would have loved to see that. But I also, what you were saying, the physicality, I feel like it's way too. You're gonna be too prone to injury when you're that tall. You got a cornerback 5'11", 200 pounds coming at you, and it's like it's just a different physicality. Like, and I remember, I'll never forget, back in like 2008, shout out to Bob Sanders. I don't know if anybody remember Bob Sanders, all-pro safety. I think he was like 07's like defensive player of the year.
Yeah, something like that.
Bob Sanders probably, God forbid, got CTE because that motherfucker used to knock shit down. Bob Sanders, they had a picture of him and Kevin Durant standing side by side because they were both 211 pounds. But Bob Sanders was 5'8". Kevin Durant is 6'11", which shows you the clear difference in the type of physicality it takes to play both sports. Kevin Durant could be a top the number 2 pick in the NBA draft at 6'11", 208 pounds. But then Bob Sanders, 5'8", 208 pounds, is just a way stockier build. Like, for him to be 13, 14 inches shorter than this man, same weight, lets you know, like, they moving a little different over there. Right?
Not for nothing, out of everything, yes, hitting a baseball is absolutely the hardest. You know, especially when it's coming from an MLB pitcher. But if you want to look at the cream of the crop as far as any sport, so then that means you have to reiterate that into being on an NBA basketball court. Not just a pickup game, NBA style basketball court. If you want to compare hitting the MLB pitch, you got an NFL football Sunday,
right?
Like, okay, you're okay.
Yeah. You know what?
You got that. You got to compare it to. You got to compare it to the top. You can't compare it to a pickup.
I can't even. Bro.
You got to compare it to the top if you want to compare it to an MLB pitch.
Is 6'6" plus. You want to talk about you not gonna get a shot off? I just thought about
that's what I'm saying.
The motherfucker 6'10", you got Wemby with his arm stretched out.
Well, yeah,
where
he's
you going?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you about to do? I'm thinking I'm thinking about pickup games.
No,
I'm not thinking about who's defending me.
If you want to talk about hitting an MLB pitch, you got to be out there on an NBA basketball court.
I just watched
you got to be on an NFL football field.
I watched the entire highlight of NBA players scared to shoot around Wembanyama.
Oh, I saw that. I literally saw that.
I'm literally watching the best of the best run up, and they're like, no. Kick out this way.
Yeah. No, you have it. You have
he's under me. Oh, get this fuck away from me because he's 7'5". What the fuck? With his arms up, he's 9 feet tall. I can't shoot past this motherfucker. Yeah, you know what?
But
I gotta put some respect on that.
But now
it's different.
But now, you want to talk about somebody like Anthony Edwards at receiver, 6'6" receiver. Okay, cool. But But, you know, let's say the corner's inside shade. You run in the slant. Now you got to influence him on the outside in order to open up his hips so you can get back to the inside.
Oh, shit.
And a NFL quarterback throwing 60 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, that's another thing.
And then the linebacker scraping over. You about to get hit.
That nigga 40 pounds heavier than you. About to knock your head off.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to take all that into consideration. It might be but go you run an indie, you run a slant, knowing you about to get hit, you got to catch the ball at 60 miles an hour. Yeah. You know what I mean?
One of the main points that Shannon had drove home was like, listen, basketball, you learn to run around people and get away from people. Football, you got to run through that man. Yeah. You got to move a man against his will, with your will, and you got to be ready to damn near kill this motherfucker. If I got to run through you like a brick wall, I'm going to have to run through you. It's a way different mindset for sure.
Yeah.
Where basketball, I can finesse, dribble. Matter of fact, here, take this. I'm going to run around a little bit, give it back to me. Football is, especially a lot of times with these mastermind coaches, these defensive players, these professionals, they know you're getting the ball game. They know. Like, it's 3rd and 8. Oh, well, the ball's going to this motherfucker right here. Let's go. 3 men on him right now. I dare you to put your hand up. And if you put your hand up and you catch that ball, you better pray to God somebody's not a step away about to clean your fucking cock off. It is a different mindset.
Now we talk about somebody like Russell Westbrook at safety. I can see that, but
6'4",
but you got to realize
15 dog mentality. He's ready to kill somebody.
Hey, but you got to realize you a strong safety. You the 8th man in the box. Guess what? That 310-pound guard coming around and pull. You got to take on that puller head on. Yeah. It's different.
And he got you about to 100 pounds.
That's why.
And he running a 4.7. I'm saying these motherfuckers is different. Zach Martins of the world.
A road grader.
That motherfucker coming at 20 miles an hour at you. 300 pounds.
That's why.
Get up out the way. And they knocking shit down,
bro.
That's
what I'm saying.
Them big boys is scary, bro. They are very, listen, I don't think anybody is unappreciated and I think underestimated as an athlete more than these linemen, bro.
Absolutely.
Trent Williams, bro.
Absolutely. Unbelievable.
6'5", 320-pound, ran like a 4.6 something. Bro, that's disgusting.
His footwork's amazing.
Bro, if you watch his highlights, bro, he's streaking downfield, outrunning the people behind. Like, he's outrunning the running backs and receivers. Like, he's running downfield full speed, ready to hurt something. I'm like, that's terrifying. I would be crying if a motherfucker that big was that fast.
You 220 pounds, you getting away with that?
Bro, imagine that motherfucker lost 70 pounds, bro. He could be playing tight end right now if he wanted to and be a fucking dog. Like, footwork, oh my God.
So,
like,
I mean, like,
Lane Johnson, a bunch of these players.
Hitting a baseball at the highest level is the hardest, but if you want to compare the highest level, you can't talk to me about a pickup game. And you can't talk to me about 7-on-7.
And there's so many draft busts that I see coming from NCAA. They jump into the NFL, and it keeps going back to NCAA. The average big man, there's a couple 7-footers here and there.
You mean NBA? You mean NBA?
No, I'm thinking NCAA. NCAA, when you play
you said to the NFL. You meant to the NBA.
NCAA and to the NBA, pardon me.
No, you
but there's so many draft busts who can average 15, 20 in the NCAA, but then they jump into NFL and NBA court and they can't do shit, and they end up in the G League, and they got to work their way up again. But I feel like a lot of it has to deal with the fact that NCAA, the average center, the average big man, there's motherfuckers in the NCAA playing 6'8", 6'9", playing center. You get to the NFL, the NBA, every team got a 7-footer. Every team got a couple 7-footers. And on top of that, they guards ain't just 6 feet, 6'2", 6'3". Nah, everybody's 6'5" plus.
You know what's funny?
So it really all of a sudden that window of opportunity of being able to get around people and be able to get shots off, it's much smaller.
And while a lot of those people who are centers that are 6'9", 6'10" aren't skilled. They're just big.
Yeah, just big as fuck.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I actually saw a funny stat to where it's so crazy. Like, when you talk about the height in the NBA, that I think the statistic was if you know somebody who's 7 foot tall in real life, there's a 15% chance they're in the league.
Yeah, that makes sense. NBA. Right.
Like,
or they played in the league, or they're in the league currently.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's 15.
But it makes sense though, because there's such an anomaly to get there. Like NFL, I think some of the tallest players are like Jonathan Ogden, I believe was 6'9". Harold Carmichael's probably the tallest skill position we ever seen. He's a legend for the Eagles. He was 6'8". Shout out to Randall Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? You ain't know I had that in my encyclopedia, you heard? But
that's impressive.
But he was a dog for years in Philadelphia, and and he was the only he was the tallest receiver we've ever seen. Because since then, the most we've seen is like a 6'7" tight end. I think Mercedes Lewis was 6'7".
He was like 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, he was 6'7", but over 6'5", 6'6" wide receiver. By then, you're playing basketball. You know, like respectfully, you're gonna be playing basketball. By the time you grow over 6'3", 6'4", the money is in basketball. The injury liability it's less. It's to a lesser degree in basketball. It's just a safer pick. You know. So people end up, by the time you outgrow 6'3", 6'4", you switch sports.
Not only
automatically.
That, and point that was also brought up is people forget that football drills is what turns people into basketball players.
Damn.
The football drills turn a lot of people into basketball players.
That Oklahoma drill.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
running, gotta hit them in. That shit. Okay, let's play basketball.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, you want to go hoop? Like,
word. You know, I don't gotta get banged up. I don't gotta hurt like this. Like, and that's the thing, yo. Football, man. It is so different, bro. Like, I remember just taking 2 years off from 7th to 8th grade while I dealt with my little injury. I remember that. That shit literally retired me. Like, I was good. Because by the time I jumped back, I ain't played from 7th grade when I was 13. By the time I did start playing, beginning of sophomore year, I'm 15. Now we're hitting motherfuckers that 17, 18. Yeah, that's a grown-ass man I'm hitting. Yeah. It went from playing against 13-year-olds. Everybody was 13. I jump back in 15. My first tackle, I knew I was not coming back to practice. I said, I'm good off this. I'm going to go back to some weed. I'm going to get a job. I'm good.
That shit is different.
I'm never getting hit like that again.
It's different.
It was. And that was just that from 13 to 15. You talking about NBA players that ain't played football in 5, 10 years, just jumping in, being able to take a hit from one of these motherfuckers and acting like shit's going to be okay. You will not be okay.
You start alligator arming that, catch. Start hearing them footsteps.
It's different. Like I said, man, some of the most underrated athletes are them linemen, man. Like the kind of punishment they take. People be like, oh, but they're not tackling and all that. Okay, you run into a motherfucker 300-some pounds slamming dead into you 60 times a game as a lineman. Yeah. Consistently, you know, Rangeley Hills know I gotta hit him right now. I gotta hit somebody every single play. And they say the average offensive lineman versus defensive lineman collision is equivalent to a 20-mile-per-hour car accident.
I believe it.
So imagine the kind of CTE shit they're dealing with, because when they bang into each other a lot of times, it's helmet to helmet. Yeah. It's a lot of, I'm gonna put my helmet in your chest, like, and it's a lot of hitting up. When you 320 pounds, man, that nigga hit you in your chest, you gonna get some whiplash, boy. He get a clean punch to that chest, that shit gonna throw that shoulder back. Like, it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy, man. And you playing against Myles Garrett, 6'6", 260, running a 4.5.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Fuck that. He don't even got a neck. Aaron Donald, 6 foot, 280, running a 4.6. Hell no.
Nah,
you don't want nothing to do with that.
Nah, you don't want nothing to do with that.
Stay away from that.
So now, it's definitely interesting.
I would love to see it though.
It's definitely interesting debate going back and forth.
You remember that show, Pros versus Joes?
Yeah,
yo, bro, they need to bring that back, bro.
I agree. They need to bring that back.
I think you go on there and do all right. I think I do all right. I think you could guard Calvin Johnson right now. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do all right. I think I do all right.
Nah, you get cooked, boy.
I ain't say Calvin Johnson, but
hey, Antonio Brown's in his prime. He'll cook everybody. Fuck am I talking about? Go ahead, relatively in his prime.
That's Tony Toe Tap right there.
Yeah, no disrespect, Tony.
He can get on the field right now.
Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt.
Right now.
One of the greatest to ever do it. Right now. He's not even 40 yet. He's like 35.
I mean, but that was a blunder himself. But
that's neither here nor there.
Well, I'm not here to talk about Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
But we talking about basketball. Did you hear that the Indiana Fever WNBA team got their first chartered flight?
That private jets.
The Caitlin-Clark effect.
The Caitlin-Clark effect is here, y'all.
Yo, and I love to see it. I love to see it. I love that that so many eyes are on the WNBA season. This is probably one of the most hyped WNBA seasons they probably had that I can remember in a while. And they deserve it. And the next collective bargaining agreement, hopefully, they get more revenue share and more money, and contracts get larger. But definitely a lot more eyes are on the women's game now than there's really ever been, and that's really a testament to shout out to Caitlin Clark. I saw a post the other day where little kids were shooting in the driveway, and someone was like, Caitlin Clark, you feel me?
Like Caitlin, you're like, how much like Kobe?
Yeah, you feel me? Curry, like Caitlin.
That's fire, bro. Yeah, she's different, man. Like we said it though. We said it. It's crazy though, because like the women's basketball college season was like last week. How the fuck they already playing? How's she already in the WNBA? They're still playing Caitlin Clark's college commercials on State Farm and shit. They jump right into this mother. She got drafted like a week after the championship game, and she's playing 2 weeks after that. It's been like a month.
But you got to think about it. They played during the NBA season's off season, which is the summer, because they can't compete with them.
Right.
So the NBA NBA finals start in June. WNBA season starts in June. So you have March Madness, right? March Madness happens the third week of March. It's spilling into April. The WNBA draft is at the end of April, and then May starts training camp, and now boom, June's your season. Jeez. So that's how it has to work as far as the schedule is concerned. Just like the USFL plays now. Yeah. And the NFL season starts in the fall. The UFL is not going to play the same season. Yeah. That's, you're not going to compete.
We're definitely going to see the Caitlin Clark effect keep growing, because I'm going to a game.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, shout out to the Liberty though. I was upset that they lost the final. Shout out Sabrina and Esco, feel me?
Listen, what I do know is I remember I looked at the tickets to a WNBA, a random one, like 2 years ago, and I remember it was like the floor seats was like $200, $300.
Oh, I'm doing that.
And yeah, you be damn if you think a Caitlin Clark's game is gonna be $200.
Oh no, hell no.
That's why I'm like, damn. I wish I would have took the opportunity to go, because now I know when I try to go, like if you try to go to Caitlin Clark game, I can only imagine the ticket's gonna be a couple thousand.
Listen. You don't gotta be Caitlin Clark, bro. You don't gotta be Caitlin Clark.
Nah, but I want to watch Caitlin Clark. But you're right. No. I should go support anybody.
The Liberty. No. The Liberty is really that team.
No, I believe it. But I'm gonna go see Caitlin Clark. I need to see Caitlin in person. That's what I really want to go see. Like, I will pay my money to go say it, and so I can say I did that. Like the same way when I went to Colorado to watch Colorado versus USC. Like I wanted to see Caleb Williams in college before he left. I wanted to see the Deion effect in person, and that was one of the greatest decisions I've ever made.
I'm jealous. I'm not gonna lie. But,
as a sports fan, that was one of the greatest decisions I ever made. Like attending something.
But the Liberty is a super team. For me, they really like that. I definitely we out. We out to a game. Say no more. Say no more.
They didn't favor got to go.
Let's look at the schedule and make it happen.
Nah, facts.
And
we need to vlog that.
And like I said, I always said the women play a better brand of basketball than the men, and I still stand by that. Yeah. And can we talk about the NBA, man? Can we talk about the NBA I just want to say something. This flailing in the NBA has to stop. Nah, bro, I can't. Yo, bro. Like,
nah, I know what you mean.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Joel Embiid, Luka, James Harden.
It's like part of the culture now.
Jalen Brunson, bro. I can't watch it. Yeah. It's bro, I'm talking about like you get in front of a guy, cut off his path and slow down so he runs into your back and throw the ball up. I can't watch stuff like that. Yeah. Can we like get that out of the league? Like,
yeah, nah. I just seen PJ Washington do some shit like that yesterday. And they called the foul against him. They called the foul against SGA last night over some bullshit. I'm like, bro, he was not shooting.
And, like, or the defender will have their arms up and then offensive player will swing their arms into the defender and create contact. Yo,
but that's part of the game though.
Fuck that. They need no.
I feel like that's what it turned into though.
No, that's
shout out to James Harden.
Nah, yeah. But I'm glad they took that rule out, and Trey Young was merchant off that too. Yeah, but they took that rule out, but they have to extend it because ain't no way in hell. Like it's hard to watch. Like Joel Embiid flailing and flopping and kicking the leg out. Like listen, I personally think that they need to implement something to get that out of the game, bro. Because these free throw merchants are killing the game. Everybody's complaining for a foul. Yeah. Every time up the floor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Everybody's flailing, trying to create contact. Play. That's not a normal shot. Yeah. If I'm a ref and you're known for that, I'm not calling shit. You flopping? Like if I don't see it, I'm not giving you benefit of the doubt because you always flopping. Yeah, you feel me? I'm telling you, the poster children for it. Gilgeous-Alexander, Joel Embiid, Jalen Brunson, Luka Doncic, Trae Young. Yeah, those are the poster children for it. I cannot. James Harden.
Yeah, Luka always complaining for.
Bro, I can't. Yo, it's hard to watch. Yeah, it's. That's my personal take on it. I think the NBA needs to do something about that. But
and other news though, the NBA is getting more and more interested, man. These teams, listen, shit done evened up in a lot of series. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the series is getting crazy.
Series is getting crazy.
Yo,
Celtics is up 3-1 now.
Okay. Celtics up 3-1. The Pacers tied it 2-2.
2-2 with the Knicks. That's interesting. The Nuggets tied it 2-2 with
Nuggets tied it 2-2. OKC tied it 2-2 with the Mavs. So it's funny. All three of those, the last three series. One team was up 2-0.
Yep.
And the other team came back. Well, I don't know if the Mavs were up 2-0. I don't think so.
Nah.
That was the only one that wasn't up 2-0. Yeah. But still. I think the Knicks are in trouble.
The Knicks are definitely in trouble.
Knicks are in trouble, and they say that Thibodeau, that he runs a hard practice. He really works his guys in practice.
Yeah.
And they say and apparently his team's burn out during the playoffs. And I think it's over for them. The Timberwolves got to get it together. Karl Anthony Towns is come on.
That boy Anthony Edwards just different.
He's different.
Bro.
He's
What
different.
The fuck,
he's different. He's really him.
I'm looking at 12 for 16. This is like fourth quarter. He had like 30-some points over. He's 12 for 16 from the field goal, 5 for 6 from 3. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm talking about fourth quarter. It's like he's calling for the ball. Give me the ball. Watch out. He's coming down court. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know he was that special. I'm really watching. I'm like, oh, that boy different.
Nah, he really is.
That boy different.
And he's a great defender.
Yeah,
block shots.
That's the thing. I'm watching him turn around, come
block
right back
shots,
down.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see how this is going to turn out. We're gonna see.
But we got to get to one more topic before we get out of here.
Yeah.
In other news, did you see King Combs? Diss track.
The King Combs diss track. I actually did not get to hear it yet, but I know he's on everybody's ass.
Honestly,
no Diddy is lip feed.
Please. Honestly, he should have held that in. He should have held that into the hard drive and never released it.
That's trash?
He should have never released it. Talking about the cops raided the wrong house when they didn't realize we bought the one next door. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
That sounds incriminating.
That's like is that a flex?
Yeah.
Everybody saying no Diddy coming at fit, bro. You need to shut the fuck up. Just be quiet.
Maybe.
Hopefully they forget about you.
Shut the fuck up.
Hopefully they forget about you. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they forget about all this heat. Because
he's taking some heat too. I realized he had some sexual allegations.
That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah,
you
might want to just chill out.
You need to stay far away from the spotlight and not make any more horrible diss records, especially after all the beautiful diss records we done seen. Yeah. And you're trying to add on to it, and now you don't want it.
It's bad timing.
Honestly, no, not bad. It's bad timing and bad record. You feel me? Wait. Combination.
Okay, I give him that because I didn't even get to hear. I just know he came at 50.
You don't need to hear.
He was on motherfuckers' heads for saying no Diddy. But listen, I don't think no Diddy is going nowhere.
No, absolutely
People are
not.
loving that shit. That shit is hilarious.
And I don't think anybody, and frankly, I don't think anybody really cared about the opinion of King Combs.
Damn.
If you want to be honest.
That's fucked up because that's Diddy Jr. So when we see you, we see Diddy.
That's my point. He's Diddy Jr. That's my point. He's Diddy Jr. That's the point right there. He's an attachment of Diddy.
Yeah, man. Well, on that note, man, we appreciate everybody that's been tuned in.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
It's been the Free Gems podcast, man. We on episode. I'm not even sure right now.
We got to get back on track with the episodes.
We like Danny on 108, but we refuse to make
the
episode 100.
We got to be more than that.
So don't y'all fucking worry about nothing. Listen, man. Tune in next week. We'll be right back. Appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell your mother to watch. Tell your auntie to watch. Your sister, your brother, your cousin. Everybody tune in. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to that 1K subscribers, man. We on the way to 100 million.
Absolutely. 100 billion.
100 billion.
Trillion.
It's